What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sports Talk with Bros. Clearly, the Philadelphia Phillies were outmatched once again tonight as they get shut out 6-0 against the New York Yankees. And I can't be upset. I gotta realize, here are the Phillies, here are the Yankees. You can't even see my hand on the screen. They're that much higher than the Phillies. And today it showed, on paper, the matchup, Arrieta, Severino, you would think it would be a solid matchup. But Jake Arrieta does struggle a little bit again today. He's all over the place. He gets rocked early by Hicks. He gets rocked throughout the game. There were errors on the defensive side for the Phillies that clearly didn't help him, but when Severino is playing the way that he's playing, he goes 7 innings, allowed 0 earned runs, 9 strikeouts. He was just amazing. He only lost 2 games so far this season. The kid is an absolute stud, and the Phillies struggled. And you can see the Phillies kind of being a little bit frustrated. Rhys Hoskins, for example, last night I didn't even talk about it. He goes up to above the dugout and starts screaming at some fans after a strikeout, after he didn't give us effort running to first base, and you can tell he's just frustrated. And after the game, he even discussed, which I didn't mention, how this is like playoff baseball. Rhys, I love you to death, but this is not playoff baseball. It's June 26th, I get it. This is the biggest crowd you've seen in Citizens Bank Park, and probably that you've ever played in front of, but this is not playoff baseball, Rhys. I love you. But just you have no idea what's in store then if you think this is playoff baseball. But taking a look here at the way this game finished out, Hicks, who had a phenomenal game, he had a great play defensively, and that was on Rhys Hoskins, actually. He made a nice dive and jumped up in the air and at the wall, made a nice catch. And early on in this game, first inning, he rocked Jake Arrieta 1-0. Top of the third, they score 3 more runs, but this is when Cesar Hernandez had an easy double play ball to get out of an inning with 1 out, and he misses Scott Kingery. That wasn't the only thing. Odubel Herrera had a fly ball, and he drops that. And Knapp at one point in this game hit off the backstop. He throws it to Franco. Franco's got a nice easy tag at third, and he just misses. I didn't think the Phillies were locked in. Are they a little afraid of the Yankees? I don't know. They didn't seem locked in. There were some little bit of mental errors. Not that that was the difference in the game, but I didn't see the full-on lock-in mode. Now, you got to remember, this Yankees team is coming off of a series with the Rays where they got swept. So they got a little bit on their back. Like, all right, boys, we got to step it up. We need to step it up. We're competing with the Boston Red Sox. So they come into Citizens Bank Park and take the first 2 games pretty easily. So, I just want 1 game out of this series. That's the big thing for me. I just want 1 game out of this series. Looking at the Phillies, looking at some stat lines, Cesar Hernandez 2 for 4, Scott Kingery with 2 singles on the day, which is nice to see, especially facing a really solid pitcher. But, we weren't involved at all in this game. It was pretty heavily one-sided. It is what it is. The Yankees are just way better than us, and it's clear as day. We all know it. It's a shame Jake Arrieta hasn't had a win since May. I mean, that's a problem. The end of May. And they were talking about his statistics. Now, he is one of those pitchers where you look at his stats and it says that he's not getting help from his defense. There's a lot of errors going on that allows him to have to keep going later into innings, and runs are scored based off that, but they're not earned runs, and it's not his fault. But, this isn't... I get we weren't getting the Chicago Cubs, Jake Arrieta. I get that. But I did expect a little bit more than 5 innings pitched. And he's struggling, and he's calling out Gabe Kapler for shifts and all that, and he's not really backing it up. And I respected that veteran leadership, and I get that that's a locker room thing. It's not really so much on the field, but he's not giving us anything great. I mean, Nick Pivetta, Aaron Nola, Vince Velasquez, I mean, they're going deeper. Vince Velasquez is going deeper than Jake Arrieta, right? I mean, that's a problem. So on paper, this was supposed to be a fantastic matchup, but Severino with just an outstanding ball game today, and he blew me away. I sat there, and I watched his pitch by pitch, and I'm like, damn. I mean, damn. This kid can really, really throw the baseball. So, I just want 1 game. I really do. I just want 1 game. That's all I ask for. I don't want to get swept by the Yankees. We have a huge series coming up against the Washington Nationals, coming right off of what happened on last series, where we take the first 2, had an opportunity to sweep, and we get crushed by a terrible bullpen in Game 3. So we don't end up sweeping them. I don't want to get swept by the Yankees. I want to take 1 game. This Phillies team looks a little stunned. They wanted to make a fight. They wanted to show they had a little bit of fight in them against the top team in the league. But, there's a big difference. It is what it is. And there's no sugarcoating it. There's a big difference. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.